everybody, this is Jamaluddin. Today I want to talk about ranking and belt systems, or the levels you are at in martial arts. This subject I have come across many times with my students. I hear it a lot, people being talked about online, and a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people don't even know martial arts, ask you what belt you are or what level you are at, and this is how people perceive your ranking or your level that you are at, or how skillful you are at. And sometimes you ask yourself the question, if you're a white belt or black belt or somewhere in the middle, and you ask, I'm level 3 or white belt, blue belt, or this ranking, intermediate ranking, and you ask yourself, am I actually that good? Is my stuff actually that effective? It's a very good question. I see a lot of people take the rankings and the belts a bit way too seriously, and they see other people. If someone's a higher belt than you, or a lower belt, they look down on them, or look the people that are better than them. Obviously, you have to look up to people that are higher belt ranking than you, but you should never look down on any of your peers. And belts just tell you as an individual, just reminds you where you are at in the style that you are learning. It's not always the case to see how skillful you are at in a real fight situation. It's just the level you are at in the current style. It could be just how well you memorized your art, or how well you can perform your art, or the timing, or the speed, or your knowledge. Every art differs from art to art. But people get too concerned with the belts, and it is good to be concerned with the belts. They wanna get to the highest ranking belt as fast and as quick as possible. But the main thing is just to be patient, really, and it's your own. You have to see your own progression. See your belt as where you are at in where your art is, and it also helps the teacher to remind your teacher where each of his students are, and also in a lot of traditional arts, there's a sort of like a hierarchy, and you have to give respect to whoever's been here longer than you, and if the teacher's away or he wants someone to take responsibility in teaching a certain subject, he'll get the next knowledgeable guy in line to show you and teach you or perform a certain stuff, or explain a certain technique to you. But at the end of the day, a lot of people get frustrated with what belt they're at, and they're not getting. They always think that they're better than they are, which is normal. But at the end of the day, you gotta just be patient and just keep pursuing. If your teacher is not giving you, say you're training every day and you're really good, but your teacher's still not giving you your belt, so forth. But be patient. Don't ask the teacher to give you a higher rank, or ask him to teach you anything. This is a taboo. You should just be patient and just try and be as good as you can, and show your teacher how good you are, and it pushes him to give you a better ranking. And because your ranking is shown and performed in accordance to everyone else, and if you're really, say you're really rubbish, and you got not really rubbish, but you don't know much, and you've got a really high ranking belt, people gotta ask, like, you don't seem that sort of rank or that sort of level. People start to question, is the teacher teaching correctly? Is he teaching too easily, giving belts randomly because of money or just pressure? But that's why. But if you're really good and you're better than all the people that are other belts that are higher ranking than you, then your teacher will see that, and he will basically pushes him to give you a higher belt because of how how good you are, how hard you work, and it shows patience and perseverance. But when you see other people with their belts, you shouldn't judge them for what belt they are at or where. It's just look at yourself at what belt you're at, and forget about what other people. Forget that you're better than a black belt, and you look down on a black belt, or you just got beaten by a white belt or someone less level than you, whatever it is, the game you're playing. That doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, martial arts is a skill that you're trying to learn, and what ranking you are, or what style you have, or what grade isn't always in relationship to how well you fight. Like I said before, it's like how many times you've seen in competitions that's or someone who's a black belt loses to someone who doesn't even know how to fight, or someone or a different style altogether. I'll give you a different example. Say someone who does well in college and school and university, and how many times have you seen that someone who hasn't done as well in school and college as you, or never even been to college or school or university, and he gets a better job and gets better income than you do? It's quite common, because when you're learning and you get graded in that style or that environment, or that particular martial arts you're doing, that is just how shall I put it? What stage you are at the time, and how good. And it gives you mini targets. So if you're this level, it shows where you are. Say you're intermediate, you're halfway there, or you're at the level of hand-to-hand combat. Then you need to learn the weapons, or ground fighting, or and so forth. Whatever the art you're learning, whatever they specialize in. And I just wanted to tell you guys, belts is just to indicate where you are at, really, the most important in the style. And forgive me for just reiterating this all the time, because this is just very important, because a lot of people try to judge you and judge others by their belt or ranking, and people just want belts really quick, and you should just be content and just learn to gain knowledge, and remember what your intention is, which is to learn martial arts for self-defense, or to better yourself. Okay, for you to chase after these belts or look and judge people on their belts, this is not why you train martial arts. Okay, if that is why you train martial arts, then like nowadays you can go to these seminars and pay lots of money and get a certification in one day, and you can suddenly teach their style or a particular topic. And no, this is not what I believe in, by the way. And you should take these knowledge and try to implement them in your martial arts, in your style, and in your knowledge. And that's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and follow if you can. I'll see you next time.